Ciao Juventini, second video of the day because there is something in my mind. Something that is absolutely annoying me. Yes, I should speak about the game of yesterday versus Spezia that we won 2-0. But it's not the game of yesterday that is annoying me. It's the game that we played on Thursday in our stadium versus Nantes. Throwing away a certain victory because we had to win. We really had to win that game. We had everything in our hand to win that game. It's haunting me that we did 1-1 versus Nantes and that the qualification to the next round is at risk. Because let's be honest, if we do the same performance as we did yesterday, we are eliminated versus Nantes. Huh? We are eliminated because we play 90 minutes. There is not anymore, remember if you are doing a 1-1 or whatever. No, if there is a draw, 1-1, 2-2, 0-0, whatever, you go to the extra time in their stadium. It's at high risk with the mental weak team that we have. Because we have to say it. We have a team that is mentally weak. And this is a problem. A problem because of us. Because we threw away that victory in our stadium versus Nantes. I explain. Also, from that game on, the next one versus Spezia that we played yesterday was highly influenced of that 1-1. I really think that the team led by Max Allegri, they really believed and they really wanted to. So the intentions were there to go to play that first Europa League, to leave the mark, to go with a 3-0, 4-0. They also went immediately surprising all of us with that all-in trident, Federico Chiesa, Di Maria and Dusan Vlahovic. They started also as we wanted to see some football of ideas, of some velocities, trying to find themselves with Di Maria between the lines, one of the weaknesses of l'Équipe de Nantes. They really wanted to show to the Juventini, but also convincing themselves that they could say something in Europe. Unfortunately, and we already spoke about, so I'm not here to do a tactical video, we slowed down. We made sure that the game started to fall asleep. We fell asleep and we gave that counter-attack really bad manage from Juventus to give them the 1-1, and we were never able to recuperate. And that game, that 1-1 is influencing the game and the performance of Spezia of yesterday. Why? First of all, because if you don't win 3-0, 4-0 like Sevilla, for example, winning 3-0 versus PSV, you are obliged to manage the game of Serie A thinking and being scared of the next game that is on Thursday versus Nantes, because it's an in or out game. So I believe that we afflicted that ourselves. So we play versus Spezia doing some rotations. Paredes is back there because we want to rest Fagioli, and that's one choice. You are obliged to put Di Maria on the bench because otherwise if you win 3-4-0, you don't need a Di Maria in France from the first minute. No. We were obliged to play 90 minutes of Federico Chiesa in the game versus Nantes, and due to the fact that he played the entire game after the game of Fiorentina, he didn't even travel with the team to La Spezia. Influenced there, but also the team that started to be nervous because after that draw of Nantes, of course, they understand, they read social media, they know, because it's a fact, you don't even need social media on that. You know, it's a fact that when you concede a goal, well, you don't recuperate. You don't recuperate at all. You nearly never win. And this is a problem that Juventus made themselves because of that draw versus Nantes. Something that since last 30 is there in my mind, it's turning, and we have to change it. And the only way to change it will be with a convincing win versus Nantes on Thursday. There is no other way. My big question is, will we be able to do it? Because now you can't manage anymore that game, that return game. Now you will have to play all in, with probably Di Maria from the first minute. When Scaloni, the trainer of Argentina, he spoke a bit earlier today, saying that Allegri knew how to manage him, but he needs to be managed to continue to be that world-class player that he is, because he is a world-class player, but he needs to be preserved, to be at his best, and Allegri knows how to do it. Well, there is no way now that you are managing him. Versus Nantes, I am expecting Di Maria from the first minute, like I am expecting a Federico Chiesa from the first minute. I don't know in what physical condition he will be. If he recuperates, we will probably need to play him. I would be a bit more cautious, honestly, personally, because you have to think that you can maybe even play 120 minutes. If you start immediately with Vlahovic, Chiesa and Di Maria from the first minute, you have nobody anymore on the bench, because I don't know which other player can give the same impact as these three entering and changing the game, without taking into account Vlahovic, that is a starter, but especially the two, Di Maria and Chiesa. So you put yourself in a problem, and this is really annoying me. And then you're putting yourself in difficulty also speaking about our number 9, about Dusan Vlahovic, because he scores versus Nantes. Do you remember the smile, the fantastic celebration with Federico Chiesa? The guy is happy, you know it. He's living for the goal. He's living to score, to have his name on the score sheet, and it's totally normal. A lot of striker will tell you the same. We are feeling happy, we are feeling relaxed mentally when we score. If we don't score, it's like a big failure. He scored versus Nantes. You are even able to rest him versus Spezia. If you really want to do rotation, rest him. Play Moiskin, and not in duo with Dusan Vlahovic, but maybe with some other players there. You can play a Matthias Soulé, for example. You can have a lot of alternatives versus Spezia. Don't tell me that you need a trident to win versus Spezia. In fact, we didn't need them and we won. With a disgusting performance, but we won anyway. Anyway, the goal of Moiskin, by the way. And it's a pity, because now, you know it, toxicity and everything, and again, he was not happy, he didn't score, versus Spezia, frustrated, that last pass that he's missing, Gazzetta dello Sport, Tuttosport, they are giving a 5, in terms of rating. And what's happening today, new leaks of us that is pushing, saying that there was already an offer and he was about to leave for Manchester United in the winter for an offer 120 million euro. And now they're speaking as the Spanish paper, the Spanish Sport paper, saying that in the summer Real Madrid is thinking to make an offer for Dusan Vlahovic. I tell you, it's not a video about Dusan Vlahovic, but I tell you my opinion about it. Guys, that would be a big failure. And the problem is I can't at the moment tell you what I would do if I was the boss of Juventus tomorrow. I have no idea what I would do, because I don't know what I can say to the guy. If he comes knocking at my door telling, hey, Beppe, what about our future, our recent future, because I just celebrated 23. It's not my best year. I was expecting more, like we were expecting more from Vlahovic. It's two sides of the story. But if he's telling me, Pepe, I want another year at top level, but what are you offering me? Are you offering me Champions League, Europa League? Are you offering me second division? Well, I don't know what I have to say to our Serbian striker. And this is a big problem. So, of course, you will see more and more about these news, especially in the days, and pay attention to it, especially in the days where Dusan Vlahovic will not score. If he doesn't score, you can be sure about it. The day himself or the day after, you will see these big headlines. Attenzione, Manchester United, there will be Tottenham, there will be Arsenal, there will be Real Madrid that are on the player. Not even speaking about Bayern Munich, because of course, at a certain moment, they will enter the race. And this is something that we, Juventini, we have to know the consequences of it. And it's all coming because of that draw of Nantes. Winning that first game 3-0 as we should have done in that first game would have made yourself more relaxed mentally, better way of playing versus Spezia, winning in a better way with a performance, not only with a score, tranquilly knowing that you go to the next round of Europa League, tranquillo Vlahovic, no papers. And this is because of us, because we did a 1-1 versus Nantes. Let me know your opinion. I'm really curious to read your opinion about that mental thing that I had in mind. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I'm curious to read your opinion about it. Maximum of like if you want to, not obliged always. Subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.